Sorry, really hard to see and trying to move the cursor around. So just we have an announcement and an award to give out, but first we want to point out the folks in the room that help make the core team possible. So the NCSMMN National Coordinated Soil Moisture Monitoring Network is a coordination team, and that team has a lot of activity, annual monthly meetings to make sure everything is progressing along. And we thought we'd point out those folks here today that are in the room. But our above us are Jason Gerlich, who is our, where'd he go again? Who's our NOAA rep that helps us coordinate and who replaced Marina for the short term. Then we have Molly Walzen, who is not here, and Viva DeHaza, our ultimate person we have to answer to at NOAA NIDIS to make all this happen. And they are the ones that help provide funding for various parts of this activity. Then in the room here, and I'll have us stand in a second, or myself, the chair from USDA ARS, Stephanie Connolly from Forest Service, who'll be more active tomorrow. Tyson Ochsner in the back, Nathan Edwards, who just chaired here, Peter Goebel over here, and Ken Sutcliffe representing USDA SCAN. We also have folks not here today: Stephen Quiring, Tilden Myers, who represents CRN and that committee. Todd Caldwell, USGS, who's in the field this week and is sad to miss this. Mark Svoboda at the Drought Monitor in Lincoln, Nebraska. John Bolin at NASA, who's at a music festival this week. And Mark Brusberg, who is winding down his time as the chief meteorologist for USDA. So this is our core team. Some of these folks helped make sure that this event also was completed to success, hopefully, in your opinion. But certainly none of this could have really been done without Scott Jones volunteering to be our host, and I'll have him give a bigger thanks to him later today. But we want to point out these core teams. If you have an interest in participating, this is not a fixed list. This is a coordinating team. Basically, we don't give you any money. You have to volunteer your time, but you get to participate in the activities and help lead this community forward. We have no fixed number that we have to maintain. We do have some folks that certainly, as you can see, can't make every meeting, and having other folks stick their hand in the game to help things happen is always useful. So if you're a coordinating team member, please stand up just so people can see you. Most of you have presented, so it's already been here, but you can see Peter, Jason, Kent, Stephanie in the hallway. So we have a great team that's been working together for 5+ years. Now you can sit down. As a part of this 3 years ago, Marina Skamanich said, you know, when you're mature enough as an organization, it's time to start handing out awards. We had been handing out student awards for posters. We had to have that fall off a little bit lately, but they formed the Soil Moisture Community Leadership Award 3 years ago, and I was the fortunate or unfortunate recipient of that award the first year. And then the second year, Tyson Ochsner was awarded that in Beltsville, Maryland. And we said, well, we need to have an organization, some way to make this actually legit, because obviously I'm not legit. This was all a scam. So let's form an organization. We have a committee. Ultimately, the committee will be formed by previous winners, but we formed a committee loosely this year to select, and it was one of the easiest jobs we've ever had. We spent a lot of time talking about all of you behind your back, and really debating about how should we go forward as a community, and how do we recognize the folks that are doing outstanding work for this. And this year we have the great pleasure of awarding this Soil Moisture Community Leadership Award to Stephen Quiring. His citation is in recognition of your dedication, innovation, and applications for national scale soil moisture information and your generous development of future leaders in soil moisture research. Two of Stephen's students have gone on to be state climatologists. I don't think anybody else can say that. I might be wrong. I went to check to see if I knew who was who and who had the same advisor. But both Zach Leeser at Missouri and Trent Ford in Illinois are the ones I know. And for such a short career as Stevens, because he's like 25, he certainly deserves this. He has two students here who will be displaying the award, getting photos with in a second. But he said that he couldn't be here. He's very disappointed. This is his favorite meeting to attend, but in the true spirit of Stephen, he had something more important. He had a family vacation, and spending time with his family was more important. And that is, but certainly that's what we appreciate about Stephen, that he knows his priorities, and that is pretty much all of our priorities. Unlike me, that can't wait to get away from the family. So he was able to record a acceptance, which I am hoping can play, but this may not work outside of this room. My apologies for that.
Hi, everyone. It's a real honor and privilege to receive the 2024 Community Leadership Award. And I am really humbled and thrilled. And I wish I could be there in person to meet with you all. I'd just like to say thanks to NIDIS for all of their support of the soil moisture research that's been going on and the coordinated National Soil Moisture Monitoring Network, to Marina and Molly and Jason. Thank you so much for all the work that you do to support our community and to help grow the work that we're doing with soil moisture. I'd also like to specifically thank Mike Kosh and Tyson Ochsner for their vision, for their heart, for their passion for soil moisture. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and have really enjoyed all of the interactions that have come about through our Soil Moisture Network meetings. And going back to around 2010, I've been at almost all of the Soil Moisture meetings, and it's the highlight of my calendar every year. I'd also like to thank all of the great students, postdocs, and collaborators that have been involved in my soil moisture research over the years. This is really a reflection of all the good work that you have done. And so thank you for your great ideas and tireless work and good attitudes. And again, thanks so much for this award. I was supposed to come up with some kind of soil moisture joke, but the only thing that I think about every time we get to the soil moisture meeting is the fact that some people have this like weird reaction to the word moist or moisture. And so like, should I say soil moisture or should I say soil water content? But I'll let all of you at the conference figure out which is the best approach.